Donuts come from many places, but there's an iconic one that everybody needs to try, and it comes from a place called New Orleans. We recently hit 6 million subscribers, as you know. A massive thank you, and we have a special coming for that, I promise. But in the meantime, listen up. Los Angeles, at Amboy, April 1st, 5 p.m., we're gonna be dishing out a special burger the world has never seen. For all of you to come, try, taste, meet me. I'll be slanging burgers, signing books, seeing you, kissing babies. Maybe not the last part. Why do they do that? If you want to go, visit the link in the description, RSVP, totally free to do that, and I will see you there. You come to New Orleans, as I said. We just landed. We're trying 3 different beignets, all their different accompanying stories. Try them and then make them. Let's begin. So we're starting things off right in the French Quarter at a place that I think you cannot come to New Orleans without stopping here at least 2-3 times. And what is the name of it? Café du Monde. Oldest living beignets, if not the oldest. Is it the first? 1862? Throwback. Café au lait, you guys know how I feel about coffee. It's made with chicory. Jesus Christ. It is so hot. We just screwed this entire shoot. Oh my God. Vikram, that is the hottest coffee I've ever put in my mouth. Okay. Oh, these beignets look bad. Fried fresh. Already powdered sugar on the ground, and that was there before I even took my first bite. I will say, not as fluffy as I expected, but it's rich, it's sweet. You got the powdered sugars all over your lips and your mouth and falling. And it's like, where has he been? A Wall Street party in the bathroom? Or did he just eat a beignet? These are a little tougher than I imagined, and I don't know, maybe it's an off day. I don't wanna be mean about it. I know that a lot of people have this close to heart, so respect to that. They say pillowy, but I would think I'd rather have a pillow from prison. But it's almost like a funnel cake type dough. This is a good first impression, but let's move on to the next one. Right, so just a 10-minute walk away from Café du Monde, and where do we end up? A beautiful place. Loretta's Pralines. This is a classic New Orleans place. If you don't come here, you're making a very, very big mistake. And they opened up just for us so that we could try their twist to the classic beignet. They take a classic beignet and then they stuff them with praline. Now, if that doesn't get your pants all pulled up and ready to have goddamn tango, well, I don't know what I could do for you. Okay, so we are officially inside the coveted Loretta's. Tasha, thank you so much for having us. Seriously, it means the world to me that you would open up your doors. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here?
So I'm Loretta's niece. Unfortunately, Miss Loretta passed away, so I have taken over as the CEO of the business. She was the first African-American female to start a praline business here. She worked for a local library and she would make the candy. Everybody loved it.
Yeah, like, wait a minute, this is
this is just too good. She used to sell maybe about 1,500 candies a day. She had a cart, and that brought us here.
1,500 candies a day. She was working. And you said praline, right?
It's a praline, okay, not a praline.
I literally gave us 2 different takes outside because I was like, I'm scared.
Don't say praline here, not here.
Is it pecan or pecan?
It is a pecan. So a praline is a sweet candy, creamy, chunky piece of New Orleans.
The heart wants what the heart wants. I want that one, that specific one right there. You're too good to me. I don't deserve it. Smells very good. Oh my God, are you kidding me? There's a reason why they're the best. This is the most balanced, texturally sound, best praline I've ever put in my mouth. And I'm not just saying that for the camera, I'm not just saying that because
sure?
I swear, if I came here by myself, my first opinion would be like, people need to know about this. And they already do, and for good reason.
We're the best.
You really are the best.
And we know it.
This is a one of a kind. I would love to be walked through this process with you. I'm going with this.
So we use our copper kettles, milk, butter, and sugar. We let it cook about 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna add my pecans.
I didn't hear a thing, I was lost.
They're good, they're
It was like violins playing.
Now you see why she quit that library job, right?
Oh, yes. Mr. Jerry comes in, he gets the dough, preps it, puts it in the fridge, ready for them to go. You popped them in the fryer. There's a layering to it in a way.
I'm pretty sure you had Café du Monde. Theirs is more of a dough. Ours are more crispy. We give them their props.
Thanks for starting it. Loretta's will take it over, okay?
We will take it over.
I'm entranced by this right now.
So this is our praline filling, nice and crisp. So not only are you getting the praline filling, but you're also getting the praline icing. Top it off with our sugar.
Oh my gosh, this is the best day of my life. Mom, if you're watching, you deserve this more than I do. I promise to bring you back here. I'm so sorry. Floating away, it is so light. Unbelievable. My God. I'm not a good actor. Okay. I'm very bad at lying. So
we know they're good. We're trying to take beignets to the next level.
You already did. Oh my God. I don't even want to go to any other beignet place any longer. It's just the truth. This is the best beignet I've ever had. Thank you so much. Loretta has done something incredible. At the end of the day, this is about food, but it's also about the culture. And she's hit every single layer and she's done it with excellence. If you're coming to New Orleans and you don't come here, you're not my friend.
You're not his friend.
So we have fluffy beignets and crispy, flaky beignets. We're gonna go for something in between. Crisp on the outside, but fluffier and airier than a goddamn cumulus cloud. And while we do have traditional sweet, we also have a Loretta's inspired savory beignet. For the dough, mix together 3/4 cup or 180 grams of water and half a cup or 122 grams of whole milk. Heat that to 95 Fahrenheit, then whisk in 2 teaspoons or 6 grams of instant yeast till just dissolve. Oh, and also a 1/4 cup or 60 grams of granulated sugar. Now snag yourself a bowl of 3.5 cups or 525 grams of all-purpose flour, and to that, you'll add 1 teaspoon or 6 grams of fine sea salt and half a teaspoon or 2 grams of amylase, which is an enzyme that'll soften your dough. Add 1 egg yolk and 1 whole egg. Whisk together till combined, then while constantly whisking, slowly stream in 3 tablespoons or 42 grams of melted unsalted butter. Full pause. I've said this many a time. There are little yeasty boys in there getting to work, cranking down to provide your dough aeration. Please don't kill all of them with scalding hot butter. Make sure that it's no more than 100 degrees Fahrenheit by the time that it goes in there. Now add your liquid to your stand mixer, pop on your spiral hook, turn that bad boy on to medium-low, and add your flour in at 2 tablespoon increments until all your flour has been added, and you have a rough dough. Now just knead that brother till the cows come home, or about 3 to 5 minutes, and the dough is smooth and supple. Grease a medium-sized bowl, roll your little man into a toit ball, pop him in there, cover with plastic wrap, and of course, give it a proper name, then rise at room temperature for 2 hours or until doubled. Look at him, full of air, joy, happiness, and just shh, it's okay, you're at peace. Once you've punched all the air out, dump onto a lightly floured work surface, dust the dough with flour, and roll it out until you get an evenly sized rectangle that's about 1/4 of an inch thick. Yes, real thin. Then just cut that into 2 by 2 inch squares. You'll first start by cutting 2-inch wide, long strips all the way down your dough, and yep, you guessed it, you'll cut across these strips at 2-inch intervals to get, well, 2 by 2 squares. Now, depending on how good your rolling and your cuts are, you can really maximize the amount of squares, but at a minimum, you'll get 40 to 45. Any scrap dough you can push together, rest for 10 minutes, and of course, roll back out. Now, place each of your cut squares on baking sheets lined with parchment paper, cover them with plastic wrap, and rest for about 5 minutes. There's no proof time required. These actually fry a lot nicer without it. So get yourself a 7-quart pot, fill with about 3 quarts of vegetable oil for frying, heat it to 330 degrees Fahrenheit, then add in as many squares as you can without overcrowding, and be sure to leave room to account for their rise. Now fry those bad boys, flipping occasionally to color both sides, about 2 to 3 minutes, or until beautiful light golden brown beignets emerge, filling your house with the scent of fragrant sweet beignet. Fry those in batches, trading them on paper towels as they finish, and to serve, while they're still hot, generously dust them with powdered sugar. If they're not hot when you dust them with powdered sugar, it will not stick. And when I say generous, I mean generous. Now, for the king crab version. In a large bowl, add 1/4 cup or 56 grams of creme fraiche, 1/4 cup or 52 grams of mayonnaise, 2 teaspoons or 10 grams of Dijon moustache, 2 cloves of garlic grated, 2 teaspoons or 12 grams of Worcestershire sauce. Whisk that together till combined and homogeneous. Add in 1 rib of celery, finely diced, half a bunch of chives, very thinly sliced, salt and pepper to taste, the zest from 1 lemon, and of course, lemon juice to taste. For the crab, you'll need 1 whole cluster of king crab, which is usually 3 to 4 pieces. Don't ask me where the 4th piece went here, okay? I don't know. To break that down, separate each segment, open up one end of a segment, and this is my little secret. With that open segment, tap that forcefully on your hand, and bing, bang, bam! It should quite literally launch out of the shell. I prefer to do it this way, it's faster, but it takes practice. Once you have all your meat pulled out, cut it into 1/2-inch chunks, add all that to your creme fraiche mayo mixture, and gently fold together. Give that a taste test, make sure the salt levels are good. Now, to assemble this one, simply grab a fresh fried beignet, still nice and warm, cut it open on one side, like a pocket, and stuff that bad boy generously with your king crab salad. Fill up as many as you like, pop them on a nice plate, and just like the powdered sugar, generously grate on some fresh Parmigiano Reggiano, finish with a little bit of sliced chive and fresh cracked black pepper. That has to be one of the most luxurious looking beignets I've seen. It's almost like a mix of a donut and a lobster roll. Can't complain. Now, without further ado, let's pound these beignets and see how we did. A massive thank you to New Orleans for being so kind to us. The culture, the people, the incredible food being made. New Orleans is really everything it's cracked up to be and more. So from us to New Orleans, thank you. We will be back in town soon. A big papakis.
Woo! We got beignets. What?
Nothing.
What's wrong with that?
I'm just existing.
My apologies. Right, so we have 2 beignets here. I'm sure there are people that are like, oh my God, I can't do a savory beignet. Shut up, okay? They do it at Loretta's. That means it's okay. You understand? We'll start off with Mr. Traditional. First off, the interior, the fluff, the aeration. There's a big argument. Should it be crispy? Should it be fluffy? This thin hemisphere is crisp, but the interior is like a cloud. It almost floats into your mouth. It's a very good beignet. Now, the savory one. A little more sacrilege, but also not really. Before I even get into it, this is hands down a delectable little bite, no matter how you look at it, whether it's a beignet or not. The flavors, the texture, it's aerated, it's beautiful. You have everything that you want from a beignet, but it's stuffed full of a king crab salad, topped with Parmigiano. What more do you want? Not only are these worthy of love, worthy of enjoying, worthy of sharing with your family, friends, sitting down, crying, laughing, farting. It doesn't matter, because we did the research and this was born, and I want to give birth.
You want to know what else is covered in a mountain of papas? Powder? B-roll.
Wow, a good time in New Orleans. Thank you, Loretta's. The beignets came out fantastic. I feel good about it. Do they live up to Loretta's? Well, they're different, but they're still delicious. If you want to make them at home, you don't have time to go to New Orleans, you know what to do. But with all that being said, if you enjoyed this video or you learned something, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.